Hmm. Hmm. Hi guys! During all these updates, I was working on how to make the game work for smartphones. I was learning about switching platforms and Android related things. I was testing mostly how the UI elements should scale and be designed to be more ergonomic to use when playing on a touchscreen. This week I was learning about saving files to be stable in Android. Because of this, I don't have the PC working versions of this week, and that's why all this footage was recorded on my phone. Well, it's recorded on my previous phone, that I have to literally dust off to record my current phone. I hope that the quality is good enough. At least I try not to have a crappy shaky video with my professional setup that I engineered and showed you in the intro there. This is because I still didn't know that I was gonna make this channel, or that I was gonna show all of this to you. But don't worry. After this week, I started saving the progress for both Android and PC. I have both saves, so I could test on the computer small changes without needing to wait to download the files on the phone. Plus, I still had not decided if my game was going to be only for PC and you interact only with the mouse, or for phone that works with a touchscreen. I decided to make it work for both for now. Because I was mostly working on device optimization and how the files work when switching platforms, there is no major changes in this update from the last one. I added a simple feedback system with icons that would be the guy's emotion display manager. To show if the player will obey or not, an icon will pop up to show what behavior the guy will have. If the guy obeys, a green tick will appear. If he ignores, a red cross. Also, to know if we got its attention, now it shows an exclamation mark. I just realized when writing this video that that's how Pokemon trainers show if you got their attention for a fight. All these emotions will try to follow the design art style inspired from manga or anime characters, as defined on the previous papers to fit the game's art style. This is to this date a description of what I have thought the game should be like. Defining all these things from the beginning will help you keep track and not lose focus on what to include and what not to include. I got this template from watching Master Team's videos. I will link his video if you guys want to know more about this, as well as Team's GameDevUnderground channel. Note, great channel and great team. Other changes I made was fixing some bugs, like the 000 coordinate change when clicking outside, as well as when clicking on UI elements. Apparently, the version 008 was not relevant enough to test, so I don't have a playable version of it, and therefore I cannot show you, but I'm sure all those changes will be part of the next update. As you can see on this update, I was working on animations and animation transitions for the guy. I made my first batch of animations for different behaviors and managed to make them loop. Or the guy had a psychiatric crisis and developed a very strong case of bipolarism in this update. The animations work, but just on a visual level. As you can see, the guy's behavior is the same as before, apart from all the looking crazy thing. Another not so noticeable change was that I started properly working in implementations of interactable objects. It was also the first time I managed to implement a third-party object from the Unity store. I got this by downloading some free demo assets into my project. Some other UI changes was the addition of the social view. This game mode change will be the way of socializing with the guy in order to improve the guy's emotional stats, like obedience or happiness. I included some placeholders to start testing icon size and positions. Again, because as you can see, I was learning about implementation for touchscreen interactions. I was testing different sizes for the icons to improve the interactions, as well as modifying the aesthetics for both good looks and for semantic reasons, to be intuitive for the player to understand, basically. In this update, I was learning about changing colors and materials for game objects. Not just manually when working on Unity, but actually while being in-game. Also, you may have noticed that the guy is no longer bipolar, or at least he's strongly medicated. I still did not have the transitions between the animations working properly, and I admit it was fun to see the guy having all the emotions, like all of them, but it was a bit distracting, and when testing the gameplay, I couldn't properly click on the guy. So I decided to disable them for now. The close-up or social view got some upgrades as well. I made the buttons now actually work rather than just be there for looks. Now, when clicking on Hi, we call the player and get its attention. And then he will approach us, so we can interact and socialize with him. Once in position, the trick buttons will activate. The trick are the new way that we interact with the guy for obedience. The idea will be to be able to unlock tricks depending on the obedience level, like when teaching your pet new tricks. The obedience system is still the previous one, that increases +1 every time we get its attention, but it will change later on. All this mode and gameplay will be like this, so we actually feel some connection with the player. Feeling more like a friend or a companion. Apparently, people really like interacting with their pets in video games.
Hello there.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Some bugs that we can find in this version, for example, are related to changing from the normal top view mode to the social first person mode. because the guy still remembers its previous order and it cannot do the new one. Some last things that were added were new mockups or placeholders for different menus, like the start menu, the craft menu, and the travel system. I also added a sub-menu inside the craft menu to choose what you will craft, with just text for now. So I could start ideating how that will work in the future. Spoiler alert, it will be hard as fuck. Okay guys, I hope you liked this video, even if it was not recorded as my usual videos. If you guys are interested in the rest of the development, subscribe so you will be able to follow the progress. If you guys have any comments, please leave it down there. I will be happy to read your thoughts. So that's it for this week. Bye!